Say, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? I am your host, Lacey G. Souldier Turner, and I have a very special guest with me today. We have the wonderful, amazing, talented Dwight Johnson. How are you doing today, sir? Welcome to the platform.
Okay, welcome. Thank you. Glad to be here.
No problem at all. So before we get into what I want to speak about, I want to let the people know a little bit about you. So can you tell the people where you were born and raised, and how was your upbringing as a child?
Okay, well, I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, product of the St. Louis public school system. I am proud to say, graduated from Sumner High School. Um, I got my undergraduate degree from Webster University, my graduate degree from Washington University. Although I have traveled quite a bit in the course of my career, I always got my mail in St. Louis.
Mm.
Uh, I am a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the Epsilon Lambda Chapter, located here in St. Louis. And I've been a proud member of that chapter for, oh boy, over 40 years. I've served in a variety of capacities, including chapter president, and have held various offices. I am currently happily retired after a career at AT&T, and then I did some consulting after that. I taught at Lindenwood University for 7 or 8 years, and finally I just settled down and retired. I am currently, my big project currently is chairing this year's charitable golf tournament for the Epsilon Lambda Charitable Foundation.
Okay, we're gonna get into that too. So first off, I want to say, I appreciate you because I graduated from Sumner High School. Also, Bulldogs,
Bulldogs for life.
Bulldogs for life. And I graduated from Webster University also. So,
Okay, all right.
See, I'm following your path, Mr. Dwight. I'm following your path. Okay, so for people who never been to St. Louis, because we get a bad rep and all this type of stuff. Can you tell anybody who's interested in St. Louis about St. Louis? Because they see the murders and all this type of stuff. So can you tell the people who about St. Louis who would love to come here?
I'm going to say this as far as what you see on the news, the sensationalism.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I compare that to the same thing that if you just went by TV, and if you just went by some of the talking heads, you would believe that all the crime committed in America was committed by Black people. But statistics show we are 14% of the population, 14% of the criminal population.
Facts.
Where the difference comes in is we are a much higher percentage when it comes to incarceration and how trials end up, and how some people have the money and the wherewithal to get away with it, and then other people, poor people, end up getting stuck. So when you look at St. Louis and you hear all these things about murders and people being shot up, yes, those things do happen here, as they do in any major city.
Right.
Okay. You go someplace where there's a high, it's simple mathematics. You have a high concentration of people, and you have all kinds of access to firearms. It's as simple as that. You put people in the same area, you have too many, a condensation of people, and you have a condensation of firearms, you have the opportunity for all kinds of skullduggery. Just my opinion.
Yes.
St. Louis is a beautiful city. You wanna bring your kids here, take them to the St. Louis Zoo, one of the best in the world. You want to take them to an outstanding landmark, take them to the Arch. You want to see some industry, some really interesting stuff, take them down to the Anheuser-Busch Brewery, see the Clydesdales.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to be done in St. Louis. Forest Park is a beautiful venue. Whether you want to have a wedding there or you want to have a golf tournament there, which is where ours will be held this year.
Mm-hmm. And the transition into that, like you said, you're part of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, your chapter, Epsilon Lambda. Y'all putting on a golf tournament that's coming up. Can you give the people the dates on that and give them more information about this golf tournament?
This tournament's going to be held on September 16th. We have a 7:30 a.m. start. It's going to be a shotgun start. It'll be what we call a shotgun, which means best ball. Foursomes will be out there playing best ball. Quite honestly, we're going to sell it out. We had 144 slots starting out. Today is July 20th. We're a month and we're about 5-6 weeks away. We only have 92 slots left. Okay. For a golf tournament, that's a pretty good pace.
Yeah.
I fully expect that a month from now, we won't have any positions left for golfers who want to play. Okay. So you might want to go ahead, go to the website, elcfcharitable.foundation.org, and you'll be able to find out everything you need to know about the golf tournament. The proceeds, actually, the actual website is elcharitablefoundation.org/golf-tourney, Tourney.
Yep, I was going to ask you, what is the cost for the golf tournament?
The cost for the golf tournament is $140 per player. Okay. But the proceeds of the golf tournament go to the youth of St. Louis. I, for one, am a little bit tired of people talking about these crazy kids and what's wrong with these kids and they're doing this and they're doing that and blah, 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 blah. Kids haven't changed. I graduated from Sumner a long time ago. But,
Right.
the difference is that when I went to Sumner High School, school started at 8:15, let out at 3:15. But at 3:15, most of the kids either went to the gym to work out, playing basketball, to the track, to run track, to the weight room to get ready for wrestling or for the football team. They have all kinds of clubs. You name a club: French club, Latin club, Spanish club, National Honor Society, student council,
Bridge club.
Kids had something to do after school. Okay. It allowed teachers to make a little bit more money, and it allowed the kids to have something to do after school. Okay. They were engaged. And in order to be in any of those clubs, you had to do what? You had to maintain your grades.
Facts,
You had to pay attention. You had to be a good student.
Yes.
There were things for kids to do. And I submit the kids have not changed. We are letting kids down.
Yes.
One of the things about this golf tournament, for those kids who managed to, despite some of this generation's failed efforts and a lot of the things that we've done wrong, despite that, this golf tournament is one of those things that generates funds for scholarships for inner city youth, kids that can struggle and pull their way through and have enough of a support platform. The least we can do is meet them halfway and try to help them through this struggle. I would not be where I am had I not gotten assistance. I couldn't afford a Washington University education. I couldn't afford a Webster University education. I was blessed by my career working for a company that had tuition reimbursement. And that's how I got through school. So, I mean, most of us are not born with a silver spoon.
Correct.
Most of us need a little bit of assistance.
Yes.
I love to play golf. I'm old now, but I still love to play. And I know a number of people that do love to play. And this is something where we can have fun and we can help the community. And at this time, I think I'm safe in saying we've got some pretty good sponsors that are supporting us. We have all kinds of sponsors. I don't want to start naming them. I don't want to leave anybody out and get in trouble.
Because like
So,
you didn't say me. Nah. Do you
yeah,
have
right.
any vendors at this event?
There will be some vendors, and they will be displaying their products. We will have some vendors there that have adult beverages for adults. Okay. Or but we have. I don't know how familiar you are with golf tournaments, but golf tournaments. One of the things you get is what they call a goodie bag. Okay. Have you ever played in a golf tournament or been
No,
in a golf?
I've never played. I watch golf on TV, but I've never.
Okay, well, you may have seen swag bags at different at the Oscars and the BET Awards and stuff
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Well, goodie bags are the golf equivalent of swag bags. Now this is our goodie bag. This is this year's goodie bag. Here, I'll show you one that's fully opened up. It looks like a small golf bag. Okay. And this goodie bag is I will mention this vendor because his logo is on here, but 39 Castle.
Okay.
39 Castles was kind enough to donate these goodie bags to us.
Okay.
And it's got their logo on it. It's an insulated cooler, actually.
Nice.
And, so after you've used it as a goodie bag, because we aren't going to just give you the goodie bag, we're going to put something in there. We got some nice things in there. Now, the day of the tournament, that morning, we will have breakfast for the golfers because 7:30 is early in the morning to get started. So we'll have something out there to get you started. We will have people driving around with cold beverages to keep the golfers hydrated with their beverage of choice, and then afterwards we will have a luncheon, and at the luncheon, because I know how golfers are. Once they get through playing, all they want to do is eat, and if they got something coming, they won something, they want their prize, and then they'll be ready to ease on down the road.
Okay.
We're going to try to keep things moving expeditiously. We will award the winners, but we do have something a little bit unique this year that I think that will be of interest to a certain segment of your audience.
Okay.
For those who are Greeks, who are Black Greeks, a member of a fraternal or sorority organization, this year within our tournament, we got the general tournament that's open to everybody, but within the tournament, if you are a member of Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, Phi Beta Sigma, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, if you are a member of a Black Greek letter organization and your chapter puts a team into this tournament, within the tournament, we are having a Divine Nine tournament. Now, if you know anything about fraternal organizations, we like to talk that talk.
Bragging rights.
Yeah, there are bragging rights. Okay. And there will be bragging rights in this. Now, as the host of the tournament, we will not be competing in the Divine Nine tournament.
Okay.
That just leaves room for too many people to have unfounded speculation. It was rigged.
It was rigged. No.
It was rigged. We're gonna avoid that. But what we will have is we will have separate trophies for the winner of the Divine Nine tournament, men's and women's.
Okay.
And we will have a perpetual plaque. Now, the perpetual plaque is one that will show winner 2023 Epsilon Lambda Charitable Foundation Divine Nine Tournament. Now, whichever chapter wins, okay, if, for example, we were competing, if we won, it would say first place Epsilon Lambda Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Okay, Epsilon Lambda Chapter.
Gotcha.
So it'll say whatever the chapter designation is for the Omegas, for the Kappas, for whoever wins in the fraternal organizations. It will have the same thing for the ladies in the sorority organizations.
Gotcha.
This is a way we all support each other.
Mm-hmm.
I played in so many tournaments.
You're a professional.
They're breaking me, man. But you know, we support the Kappas and we play in the Kappas tournament. We support the Omegas. We were in the 1911 tournament over in East St. Louis back in May, I believe. So when other organizations do things, we support them. They support us. But we just wanted to kind of have a little camaraderie, a little bragging rights. You know, I know we're gonna have to listen to somebody, you know, talk about how tough they are and all that kind of stuff. It's all in good fellowship, because at the end of the day, I've got a lot more in common with a college trained Black man than I do with somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if he's a member of another organization, it's okay. We all make mistakes. You know, everybody, you know, everybody didn't know about Alpha, so some of them chose other organizations. I understand that. Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay.
Some of my best friends are Omegas and Kappas and Phi Beta Sigmas. I don't hang out with them, but they're some of my best friends.
Gotcha. I got you. So look, let me ask you. I see it seems like your chapter do a lot for the community. What would you say has been your greatest challenge on this journey of yours?
Well, it's difficult. It's especially difficult. It's as difficult as I've seen it in my lifetime right now. I look at the news and it's depressing.
Yes.
It's depressing. I want you to think about some things. This is just my personal perspective. But I go back, you know, my formative years were in the 60s. Okay. And we had marches and we had boycotts and we did different things. But you know what? We always had hope. We always felt like there was opportunity if you did the right thing, kept your nose clean, tried to get an education, tried to get a skill. There was opportunity out there.
Huh?
And so therefore, it was incumbent upon you to do what you needed to do, because as I tell people all the time, luck is opportunity meeting preparation.
Okay? I like that. Yeah.
You can't do nothing about the opportunity, but you can be prepared. And if you are prepared when the opportunity presents itself, you can take advantage.
I like that.
Right now, our challenge is, think about it. You look at the news, and if you look at the news between national politics, local politics, between what you were talking about earlier about people that might have a negative impression about St. Louis because all they see is negative news. If you look at those things, it's easy to be depressed. And I would imagine that if I were a young person and I'm out here trying to just figure out where I fit in and what I'm going to do and that sort of thing, looking at that, where is the hope?
Yeah.
Where is the hope? What I see, and whether it's intentional or just news organizations reporting sensationalism, what I see is dream crushers.
Yeah.
I see hope crushers. I see people that basically are making things difficult, and things are difficult.
Yeah.
Things are difficult. But we have to, and when I say we, I'm talking about my chapter, Epsilon Lambda Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, other Black Greek letter organizations, other organizations, we have to do the things that we can do to turn around and say, come on. Don't just sit up and tell kids, you got to do this and you got to do that. No, show them. Show them. You know, I spent part of my life at 1323 North Vanderbilt, part of my life at 4316 Cook, in the Ville neighborhood and all that. Where I lived on Vanderbilt is just a vacant lot now. But you know what? There was never any question because my parents never allowed me to question whether or not I was going to go to school or I was going to do something. I thought, well, my father wasn't going to have it any other way. I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to do something.
You gonna do something.
and I realized that society has changed and things are difficult. But you know, for those of us, if we can't lend a hand, if we can't turn around, if we can't offer scholarships, if we can't help these young people, swinging for our youth is the slogan for our golf tournament. You know, if we can't find a way to help these kids, we got no right to criticize them.
Right.
Okay? We got to find a path. We've got to find a way. We can't let it be determined by what they see on national news. We can't let it be determined by people that, for whatever reason, have decided to take a different path. If you've done that, well, God bless you. But for those kids, and I still believe that the majority of kids are no different than they were 60 years ago, okay? Give them some hope, give them some opportunity, give them some mentoring, some guidance, some guys. We have an alpha mentoring program that we work with young men. Give them an opportunity to do better. Give them a way, show them a path. That's what we need to do. I was talking to someone last week. They said something about deadbeat dads. I said, what's that? Well, you know, these guys that I don't know any deadbeat dads. I don't know any deadbeat dads. Every father I know, I was a single parent for a long time. Every dad I know is a father in every sense of the word.
Right.
Many of them, I came from a blended family. My father had 2 kids. My stepmother had 2 kids. Then they had 2 kids together. But you know, the one thing my father said, the only steps in this house lead to the 2nd floor and the basement. I don't want to hear that term.
Like that.
And we are tight today. We just had our family reunion. Okay. We're tight today. The thing is that I'm still hopeful. I'm still hopeful. I think the brothers in my chapter are still hopeful. We're not going to just sit back and complain. Get out there and lead. Do something. Find a way to help somebody. Okay? Hey, I'm old now, man. I'm tired. I'll be honest with you, you know. But you know, I love to play golf. So, hey, if we can generate some funds, if we can find a way to fund some scholarships, if we can help take care of our mentoring program and young men that we're trying to work with and show them a different way, hey, if we can do that and have some fun, that's the best of both worlds.
That's right. Know? That's why this is very important. So can you tell the people once more the dates and time? I mean, the dates and the cause for the tournament once again.
Tournament is $140 per golfer. That includes breakfast and lunch. That includes that lovely goodie bag that I showed you a little while ago. The date is September 16th, 2023, 7:30 in the morning tee time. If you are a golfer, come out. And like I say, it's $140, but you get breakfast and lunch too. And if you're a golfer, we'll match you up. Now, here's the thing. this tournament's going to sell out. You might want to go to the website, okay? And it's the Epsilon Lambda Charitable Foundation. And as a matter of fact, here, wait, I'm going to do something right here, right now, just to double check.
Okay.
Double check on my computer.
Double check for ya. Gotta make sure it's great. But it's a great thing. Great thing that they're doing. The tournament is a great thing for the youth.
Okay, if you go to the Epsilon Lambda Charitable Foundation, okay, and on the internet, right in the middle at the bottom, it says our events. Right. When you click on that, it comes up with the golf tournament, and it tells you
register on there.
Yep, and it tells you. And look, if you don't play golf, if you're a small businessman or a small businesswoman, you have an insurance agency, you have a real estate company. If you do something, if you have some kind of small business or something like that, or big business, I don't care. We take big business money too. But there's opportunity to donate, to have hole signs. We're going to have hole signs on every hole. You'll see the names of our sponsors. We'll have banners around showing who's supporting us and who's helping put this tournament on. $140 doesn't pay. That pays for the tournament, okay? But obviously, we're doing this so that we can raise money for scholarships. So we need the donations.
All right. So I got one more question for you, Mr. Dwight, that I like to ask all my guests. When it is all said and done and you are long gone from this earth, what is it that you want the people to know about Dwight Johnson?
Wow. I will say this, as I look back over the course of my life, as many people do, there are many things that perhaps I left unsaid that I should have said, and there's many things that I left undone that I should have done. But I hope that as people look back over the course of my life, they will see that I did more good than harm. And if I can die knowing that I made a positive impact, my life will have been well served. Okay, because the rest of it really doesn't matter. Leave the world a better place than you found it. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I tell my kids. So that's what I try to do.
It was deep right there. I love that. Well, Mr. Dwight Johnson, I thank you. And I'm definitely going to put the website in the article also once it's published so the people can know how to click on it and register. So I thank you for this great interview. You did an amazing job. And I'm proud of what you're doing for the youth, for real.
If you got my phone number.
Yep.
So if you have any questions, any follow-ups, anything like that, man, just text me or call. Text me because the way the telemarketers are today.
Yeah.
If I don't recognize the number.
Yeah, I'm the same way, trust me.
I retired from AT&T, and if a phone, I've got a free landline. But if a number comes across this landline, I don't recognize it, I'm not going to answer the phone.
I got you.
Okay?
All right. You have a good day.
All right. Thank you for the interview.
All right. You're welcome. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.